tardes a todos y a todas. Estoy aquí en Buenos Aires, pero no quise estar ausente en este encuentro, al que nos ha convocado el Primer Ministro Modi. El mundo vive un tiempo singular, un tiempo asignado ya no solo por una pandemia, sino por una profunda desigualdad. Una desigualdad que hace que muy pocos concentren el ingreso y el hambre se distribuya entre millones de habitantes del mundo. El mundo además sufre una crisis porque está usando y malgastando recursos no renovables que además generan efectos en el ambiente definitivamente maliciosos. También es cierto que esa concentración y la guerra que se ha desatado ha generado un problema en la seguridad alimentaria del mundo que debe llamar la atención de todos los países de la comunidad internacional. Frente a esa realidad, tenemos que ver cómo enfrentarla. Y me parece que esta iniciativa, la iniciativa LIFE, puede servirnos en mucho a encontrar un camino. Porque uno de los caminos es hacer que los estados y la sociedad civil puedan lograr los consensos necesarios para ir poco a poco saliendo de esta crisis que hoy vivimos. Tenemos que hacer que el mundo se desarrolle, que la pobreza baje, que la igualdad aparezca. Y tenemos que lograr para eso que las producciones sean sustentables, sean innovadoras y fundamentalmente sean respetuosas del medio ambiente. Sabiendo que la primera democracia del mundo, India, se ha abocado a buscar una salida, yo me quedo más tranquilo. Y lo que no quiero es dejar de sumar a mi país en esa iniciativa, en esa búsqueda. Aquí estamos, acompañando la iniciativa LIFE para hacer que los objetivos de sostenibilidad para el desarrollo con miras al 2030 podamos hacerlo posible entre todos y todas, cada uno de los habitantes de esta tierra. Muchas gracias.
Dear friends, Namaste. The need for a collective response to address climate change and biodiversity loss is stronger than ever. We are grateful to Prime Minister Modi for his leadership, together with the UN Secretary General, in launching Mission Life. The power of change lies in working together towards a common goal and engaging all the people and communities on the planet. An excellent example of this is World Cleanup Day. It is an extensive one-day action that started in Estonia and has spread to 191 countries. At COP27, we will call for even more countries to join us. By the way, India has been very active in World Cleanup Day. Last year, an amazing 1.2 million people took part in this initiative in India. That is impressive. Thank you. Russia's war against Ukraine has triggered a global energy crisis. This further underlines the need to move towards renewable energy and sustainability. We can achieve even more if we combine the green transition with the digital one. We have digitized the energy network in Estonia and see the potential this has for energy savings as well as innovation. It is time for profound change in our lifestyle. We need to place sustainability front and center. I'm glad that the climate action is one of India's G20 presidency priorities, and I wish you a successful presidency.
Dear Prime Minister, dear Narendra, dear colleagues, dear friends, Namaste. I wish I could be with you in Kevadia for this very special moment. At a time when our world is subject to increasing geopolitical tensions, we have no choice but to choose cooperation over division, for one single reason. No one can address global challenges, and especially climate change, on its own. The LIFE initiative is part of this agenda for stronger cooperation. I wanted to say a few words to wish you a great success in its implementation. At the current pace, if the global population reaches 9.6 billion by 2050, the equivalent of almost 3 planets could be required to provide the natural resources needed to sustain current lifestyles. Governments, businesses, people, we must therefore all cooperate and rethink our models and behaviors. Sustainable consumption is all about doing more and better with less. We are already on that track. The current surge in energy prices is leading many countries in Europe to take the path of sobriety. In France, we will reduce our energy consumption by 10%, acting all over the board in transportation, housing, industries, and other sectors. But this will not be a temporary response before going back to our old ways. What we are talking about is a paradigm shift, because we will not reach net zero by 2050 if we don't act on the demand side and substantially reduce our energy consumption. Beyond the current crisis, as the effects of climate change are already unfolding, every citizen should now be aware that it is no longer possible to use natural resources such as water as if they were inexhaustible. We need to meet this challenge together. By promoting ambitious public policies in all sectors, by launching coalitions of the willing, I am pleased in that regard that France and India agreed on leading a global initiative on the end of single-use plastics, and by fostering a common partnership between citizens committed to change their lifestyles and therefore the world. The LIFE initiative, Prime Minister Modi, will give us this opportunity. France looks forward to working with India to make this initiative a success, including in the perspective of the Indian presidency of the G20 next year. Thank you for this initiative, and thank you for your attention and your commitment.
Excellency Shri Narendra Modi, Honorable Prime Minister of India. Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I am honored and pleased to address this distinguished audience at today's remarkable event and to congratulate India for taking the lead to launch this extraordinary mission in the beautiful city of Kevadia of India. Georgia welcomes and fully supports this global initiative timely introduced by His Excellency Narendra Modi, which promotes an environmentally conscious lifestyle that focuses on the principle of mindful and deliberate utilization. In this regard, we have already taken significant steps to fulfill our international commitments, as well as obligations under the EU-Georgia Association Agreement. To strengthen the environment-related governance systems in the country, Georgia has improved its environmental assessment systems and introduced more effective public participation mechanisms at the earliest possible stage of the environmental decision-making process. Major reforms have been carried out recently in the ambient air protection field to improve air quality throughout the country. Georgia is one of the few countries worldwide where national parks are a genuine high-level national priority, embedded in national policies and strategies. National parks of Georgia have experienced a significant increase, and nowadays it covers almost 12% of our territory. 40% of my country's territory is covered by forests. Therefore, sustainable forest management is an important priority for our government. We spare no effort to implement sustainable forest management that would support the ecological stability of forest ecosystems, enhance the socio-economic benefits for the public, and reduce the pressure on forests. In order to address the negative consequences of climate change, Georgia, in accordance with the Paris Agreement, has updated nationally determined contribution document, which sets a new 2030 climate change strategy and an action plan for mitigation measures. I am proud to state that our country stays committed to continue intensive reforms for the better protection of the environment, biodiversity, and meeting its national and international climate goals. I strongly believe that all together we can achieve our common goal and save our planet. Thank you.
Our planet is under threat. More than 75% of Earth's land is substantially degraded, undermining the well-being of billions of people. Collective action is needed to protect our planet. Here in Guyana, we have started, Our forest is the size of England, storing 19.5 gigatons of carbon, one of the lowest deforestation rates in the world. So we are leading by example, and we are building a Guyana on a low-carbon development strategy 2030 that not only look at the environmental value of what we have, but also look at how we can improve livelihood options, create new livelihood options for forested communities, and help people to become prosperous whilst at the same time safeguarding our environment. I therefore wish to extend best wishes to Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, on the launching of the Mission Life logo and mission document, which seeks to mobilize 1 billion Indians to become pro-planet people by 2027, who will practice simple environment and climate-friendly behavior in their daily lives. Congratulations, India, for taking the lead in pioneering this movement. Guyana is committed to protecting and promoting green economic activity through actions that support the Sustainable Development Goals. Simple actions taken every day by citizens across the globe will help to harness the full potential of this collective action. We must do everything within our power to protect and preserve the environment by making the necessary lifestyle changes. All of us, we have an individual and collective responsibility as a family of humanity to do our part in protecting and safeguarding our environment so that future generations can enjoy the beauty of the world we live in. Thank you.
Excellences, Monsieur le Premier ministre de la République de l'Inde, Monsieur le Secrétaire général des Nations Unies, Mesdames et Messieurs, le changement climatique, la préservation et la protection de l'environnement est un sujet qui me tient particulièrement à cœur. Comme je l'ai annoncé lors de la 77e Assemblée générale des Nations Unies, les solutions doivent venir de chaque nation, chaque leader et chaque citoyen. Mais surtout, les pays émetteurs doivent tenir leur engagement. Cela demande un effort commun de chaque pays pour préserver notre planète. Nous savons tous que la forêt est le poumon de la Terre et pourtant, l'utilisation du charbon de bois et du bois de chauffe reste une pratique courante sur l'ensemble du continent africain en général et à Madagascar en particulier. Dans mon pays, l'utilisation du charbon de bois pour la cuisson impacte la destruction d'1 hectare de forêt par an, ce qui est dévastateur, raison pour laquelle nous lançons une lutte contre la déforestation avec la promotion du clean cooking afin de réduire drastiquement l'utilisation et l'usage du charbon. Pour ce faire, nous allons favoriser l'utilisation du réchaud bioéthanol comme alternative dans chaque foyer. C'est en changeant les pratiques et les mentalités que nous pouvons changer les choses. Je suis convaincu que LIFE pourrait devenir l'un des points tournants dans notre lutte contre la crise climatique. Je remercie l'Inde, à travers son Premier ministre, qui est un leader inspirant en matière de protection de l'environnement, de nous avoir rassemblés autour de cette cause. C'est avec espoir et conviction que je vous rejoins dans cette mission. Ensemble, engageons-nous en faveur du développement durable pour un monde meilleur que nous souhaitons pour nos enfants. Mesdames et messieurs, il est temps de transformer nos discours en actions concrètes. Je vous remercie de votre attention.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. One of the greatest breakthroughs we have made in recent years is recognizing that a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment is a fundamental human right. We must at the same time give back to nature. It is time we unpack the lessons left behind by our early ancestors. They taught us that love and respect for our natural heritage are essential for sustainable and resilient development. Prime Minister Modi's Mission Life could not have come at a more crucial juncture. The ill effects of the climate crisis come at us with full force. growing in severity the longer we let our inactions drag on. This ambitious initiative is a call for action. Let's not end it there. You see, the best chances of our very survival is on our own hands. Together, let's reflect on our lifestyles and make swift changes towards eco-friendly habits. Simple things in our everyday lives, like choosing to walk more instead of driving, or planting trees wherever we can, all add up to redressing environmental degradation. Individual actions may appear insignificant on their own, but when pulled together, they have the power to spur transformative impact. Modi stands with the pro-planet people of India. We will do our part to make sure the health and wealth of our planet survive to benefit tomorrow's generations.
Governments are joining hands with businesses around the world to address environmental issues. However, policy reforms and economic initiatives are not enough to save our planet. Lifestyle changes at the individual level and behavioral changes at the community level are needed to reduce the strain on the environment. I therefore strongly support the movement launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji to build on good practices at the level of individuals, communities and institutions in order to accelerate the transition to a more sustainable future. If human activities continue at the present pace, by 2050 we will need 3 planets to sustain our way of life. Business as usual is no longer an option. Allow me to end with a quote of Mahatma Gandhi. The world has enough for everyone's need, but not for everyone's greed.
I congratulate Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Government of India for advancing the idea for lifestyle, for the environment. This is a pioneering movement that can help fight climate change and achieve SDGs, to build on the idea that positive changes in individual actions and behaviors are the key parts of the climate solution that the world urgently needs. I thank the organizer for giving Nepal this opportunity to express our support to the pioneering movement such as life, as well as express the need for work collectively to save our planet for better future of our people. Thank you very much.
In November last year, the world came together in the UK to sign the Glasgow Climate Pact. It was a landmark deal. It showed that governments are ready to take decisive action on climate change and that we must all keep increasing our ambition. Now the energy crisis is showing once again that we need to go further and faster. As democracies, we must work together to secure energy independence and protect our economies. That's why we're turbocharging our rush to renewables. We're investing with partners like India to help build vital climate infrastructure. And we're working together to turn our net zero commitments into action. It's a real pleasure to join Prime Minister Modi in launching the LIFE initiative today, and I commend India's leadership. This is all about helping people make greener choices and live more sustainable lives. So let's keep making those long-term choices, let's keep leading the way, and let's take another big step forward together in Sharm el-Sheikh next month and with India's G20 presidency next year.